Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? This is Manny V, and we're still waiting for Jackson to show up. Bladham, what's up, brother? Let me put some pause on the Beastie Boys. So, yeah, we are ready to rock and roll with Pitted with Action and Manny V, but we are missing Action Jackson. I think he's getting off of a 12-hour shift right now, so he's probably rushing home, starting up the computer, and so he'll be here shortly. How you doing, Bladham? Ryan, I see you over here on our YouTube chat. Thank you guys for chiming in. I think we just get started. If Jackson shows up, then we'll start from the beginning with him. But really quick, what do you guys think of this background? I'm gonna fine tune it. It's actually a green screen, and I was able to pull this AI generated background from Zoom actually, and it's actually looking pretty good. Obviously, I think it might leave it. Um, the green screen didn't go all the way down to the bottom, but I think it's fine. I wanted to use a Paul Roach photo as a background, but that did not. It didn't allow me to upload my own photos. To do that, I would have to use a whole different third party web streaming kind of thing called OBS. And that's just a whole nother level. I think we need like two people to do that, but all good. Bladham, thanks for coming in. If Bladham or any pipeline patron that watches our interviews or pitted live on Zoom, pop in if you want to say hi or have a question or whatever. Just start your video or start the audio and then just chime in. But I know, you know what? Let me just send Jackson a quick message and just see where he's at. If he doesn't respond immediately, it probably means he's driving home. So Jackson, where you at? And I know he's probably stressing, but we'll get this underway. If you guys haven't heard, we usually have our pitted with our opening intro. Um, and we have shout outs. We have bodyboarding news. We have the bodyboard video of the week and Monday motivation or Tuesday motivation that Jackson usually ends with. But he's not here right now. So I just want to throw out, I'm just going to jump to bodyboarding news. If he does show up, we'll retract and go start from the beginning and we'll do some shout outs. But PMA, Pete Anaya. If you don't know who that is, he's one of the best shapers in the world when it comes to shaping bodyboards. He called me about a month ago and he's like, Manny, how do I do this? How do I unload all the boards that I'm ready to part ways with that have been in my attic this whole time? And, and yeah, I just like, tell me more. What boards do you have? And just tell me the stories. So he started on, I think he does have one of the first BZs he put together with the first slick rails. I'm pretty sure that was one of the boards he has. And that's just the beginning. He's got a shit ton of epic boards. Hey, hold on. Okay, so yeah, he is unloading all the boards he has in his attic. So do you guys hear that little hum? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you guys hear a hum, because I hear it over here. I don't know if it's what's going on over here, but either way, let me know. I want to make sure everything's all legit because I got a new light. I got the background. I put up my microphone up again. It seems like I'm going to be situated here for a while. So back to PMA. So if you got some coin in your pocket and you want to get your hands on some one of a kind boards out of PMA's attic, now's the time. I'm actually going to chat with him tomorrow. He's trying to figure out the easiest way to unload. And I gave him all the scenarios, but I think with him, he wants easy and quick, easy to sell and easy to ship. he doesn't want to mess too much around with doing an online bidding on Facebook. He doesn't want to do the whole kind of gosh, he just wants to do it as easy as possible. eBay seems to be the way to go. But JEG mentioned that some people got burned, scammed by going that route. But I think if PMA covers all his bases, he should be pretty good going through eBay because it's going to be the easiest. I just told him put a story to the board in video format, take photos of the boards, put those right next to it, and just let it go to town. I mean, and don't unload them all at once. Do one a week or two a week, but not the whole lot. So we're going to chat tomorrow and see where he's at with that. But be ready for that. And I think I may help him hype it up a little bit. You'll Book Life patrons, Book Life supporters, you guys are going to know about that first. Next, right after this at 7 o'clock, I'll be interviewing Ayaka Suzuki Krili. We're going to talk about her win at Pipeline, which she pretty much dominated. It was so funny. I can't wait to talk to her about that first wave where I think a rider was coming in from um, the previous heat, and she did a roll and almost landed on him and almost lost the wave, and she was so pissed. But I will bring that up. It's not going to be the first thing I ask her about, but she freaking dominated that final and took the win there. And at 8 o'clock, we're going to do another interview with an old school friend of mine, Richard Cooper, who we haven't had on Book Life yet, but he just won the Masters division at Pipeline. So it's going to be fun to catch up with him. And I read some of his Instagram posts. He's pretty freaking stoked on that win at Pipeline, which he should be, even though the waves aren't like perfect pipe during his final. Just the fact that, us masters can have the opportunity to win an event at pipe, means a lot and says a lot. So we're going to talk to him at 8 o'clock. And, as soon as they say yes to interviews, I got to lock them in, and it's usually on their time. And so to be able to pull that off with them, we're going to do it. So Ayaka today at 7 and Richard Cooper at 8 o'clock. And if you're a Book Life Pipeline patron, you got the link to join us live on Zoom for that, for those interviews. And if you're not a Pipeline patron, I think I'm going to drop the Ayaka one tomorrow and then the Richard Cooper one on Thursday, the audio and video of both of those interviews. So the audio will go to the T Street Book Life patrons. They're the ones that are paying the $5 a month. And then the video will go to the Off the Wall and Pipeline patrons that get the audio and video of the interview. So pretty stoked on that. I am going to reach out I got a list of writers that I want to reach out and get them on Book Life. Hector Diaz is one of the old school friend of mine from Puerto Rico. I really want to get an interview with him because he's one of those super OG Puerto Rico bodyboarders. And he was probably one of the first Puerto Rico bodyboarders that I've heard of. And once I saw photos of him just charging massive waves, I'm like, oh, Puerto Rico's got some goods. And he was one of the guys that was leading the charge of Puerto Rican bodyboarders. So definitely on the list. And side note, Puerto Rico with Jacob Romero is going down November 2nd through the 9th. So if you guys, I'm only going to make it for 4 spots. J-Rom and I will make it 5 and 6 total in our group. And that's going to be going down in November. I made sure I didn't conflict with Jared Houston and his camps because he does have bodyboarding camps in Puerto Rico. In fact, I reached out to him to see what it would take and how much it would cost to have him come out for a session because for sure he's going to be worth every penny to have him hang out with us for a session. But J-Rom and our crew, we're going to be cruising around all over that top northwest side of Puerto Rico, Rincon, Agodia, Middles, that whole space up there. Just get in the van and just go look for waves. And you know how we do it. We're the first ones out in the water, and we're gonna have a freaking insane time. All right, Jackson, here we go. My laptop is rebooting. Be there ASAP. So Jackson is on his way, and once he gets online, then we'll just start from the top. I don't know about you guys, but I just got over a cold. Yeah, I think I'm on day 4 or 5, and yeah, I'm way better now. But man, Saturday freaking really kicked my ass. So be healthy, eat your fruits. You just be aware of your surroundings. All right, Ryan. Thanks again for chiming in. Bladem, I know you're here in the Zoom chat. We're just waiting for Jackson to come in, and then we'll get this show underway. Ryan, Bladem, actually, Bladem, are you going to be coming or watching on the next interviews? Um, Actually, I don't know if you have the YouTube chat room open, but you can. Oh yeah, I got chat here on Zoom. There it is. All right, there we go. Bladem, I forget I got chat here on Zoom too. Bladem says background is legit. Holy grail of bodyboarding. Yes, I'm telling you, PMA is sitting on a gold mine. Anything from a shaper, it's going to be one of one, and it's going to be pretty sick. All right, so you don't hear a hum. All right, thanks. And yeah, so Bladem, let me know if you're going to be hanging out for the next couple interviews. Love to have you there. If you have any questions for Ayaka or Richard Cooper, uh, yeah, just have them ready. I'm really stoked on how this green screen, and I just bought this light off Amazon for, gosh, maybe $25. And I think that's what was missing. The green screen though, see the bottom of my hat? I had to like color that in black because it was green and it was like the same as the background. So I took a minute and took a magic marker and painted that all black so it wouldn't like be part of the freaking green screen. But I do want to I kind of like the bottom where it's clear on the bottom, where the green screen stops because it looks like a painting. But if I pull it all the way down, then I can be a little bit more creative on what I can put on the background. All right, so Bladem, cool. I will see you in the next couple interviews. Um, so we're just waiting for Jackson to chime in. I think the hum is coming from outside. I'm thinking it could be the gardener. I don't know. Yep. Yep. They are gardening outside. I can hear them through the window. So yeah. Jackson. So where did I leave off before Jackson gets here? A little quick recap on what we got going on here. J Rom in November. I do have a couple spots in August for Cabo Freak Fest. We have Pat Caldwell, Ben Severson, and Jimmy Hutaff are going to be joining us in Cabo this year. And I think that's at the end of August. I got J Rom and so far Action Jackson and Jay Fajardo are locked in 2 of the 4 spots for that Puerto Rico trip in early November. And as of right now, those are the 2 bodyboard trips. Although I don't know how much money you guys have in your savings, but the bucket list trip will be going down in October, late October. Turns out my old school South African bodyboarding friend from South Africa is the general manager at Surf Abu Dhabi. Yes, the best freaking artificial wave pool in the world is run by a bodyboarder. So I chatted with him yesterday. Yeah, I chatted with him yesterday, and so he has everything. We're gonna do it the same way as I do all my Epic Surf Tour trips. We're gonna surf, and then we're gonna go explore. go check out the region, go, eat the local cuisine. But we're going to have at least one session per day because even if he gives me a hookup, it's still not going to be cheap. But it will be, I think he's going to work with me, and this will be the first possibly annually or maybe bi-monthly of trips to surf Abu Dhabi because there's always waves. So um, he's going to get back to me with the details of what I'm requesting of him, and if it's in that range, that budget, then freaking it's game on. But it's going to be one of those expensive trips. I'm thinking maybe the four to 5 grand to get on that trip. So if you win the lottery, or if you have some money in your savings and you do want to do this, this might be the best way to do it because we're going to do it right. We're going to go surf and we're going to go explore and we're going to have a hookup. Like he's going to take care of us while we're there. And treat us like family. And turns out, I don't know if you guys know SOL, Stoked on Life Productions. Um, it was Mike Jenner and Don Gwynn, and gosh, there was one other person, damn it. But Mike Jenner, his brother Brian, reached out to me on LinkedIn. He's like, "Hey, are you coming to Dubai?" And I'm like, "Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm working on it." He's like, "Well, if you do come out here, let me know. I've been living here for like 8 years or more than that. Forgot what he said." So, and I'm like, "Oh shit, what are you doing out there?" And he's in charge, or he's working for this semi-government. They're in charge of. It's an organization that's in charge of overseeing all the motorsports that goes down in the United Arab Emirates, UAE, I think. So yeah, he's big time too. So definitely gonna hit him up when this trip goes down to see if he can put us in some pretty epic driving tours. They got the Formula One going down there in November, and we won't be there for that. But I think he'll have a hookup somewhere that he can pass on to us to go partake in. I think you can go and rent or go on a course and drive Aston Martins and like Ferraris and all that stuff. So if he has that contact, we're definitely going to take it. Oh, all right. Jackson is ready to go. Let me, apparently I did not send him the link. Hmm. Let's do that now. Thanks for hanging out, you guys. I know, there we go. Let's invite. I'm going to email it to him because his email, we've been trying to figure out what's going on with his links when he does log in. Um, he's not able to. There we go. Okay, Jackson. His videos gets crazy. So yeah, Abu Dhabi. That's in the works as we speak. But I have like 3 surfers that are ready to throw down any kind of money to make it happen. And they want to go. They want to go with me because they know how I run things where we're not only going to go surf, but we're going to go explore and ride camels and check all that stuff out. Because you never know when you're going to go there again, right? All right, Jackson. There you go. There's that. Stoked. Yeah, like I said, he probably was rushing home. And how many of you guys, you're in a rush, you got to get on the computer, you got to do something, and all of a sudden, sorry, we got to update, and then you lose that whatever 5 minutes of time before you can even get to your computer. I hate that. All right, so Jackson, I think he's ready to. You can see him right there. He's logged in with audio. Jackson, you there?
Check, check.
All right, we got Jackson on audio. Let's see if we figured out the video. which we were working on yesterday. If not, oh, what? Yeah.
Yeah, still haven't gotten my computer camera working. So yesterday after we did our test, I jumped on Amazon and had I ordered a webcam and had it overnighted.
And here we are. It
Here we
looks
are.
great. It looks great.
Bear with me. Bad hat head going on with the hair. I
You look
actually
so
have hair,
sophisticated. You look so sophisticated.
but yeah, I was pretty stoked. I scored a webcam for 27 bucks and change, free overnight shipping. It was at my house by 8 a.m. this morning.
And here we are. Stoked.
Yep, I apologize for being late to the party, but as soon as I turned on my computer, it decided to update itself.
Yep.
I'm like, it never fails. It's yeah, so I'm fashionably late by California standards, or at least bodyboarding standards.
Well, you're right on time, California standards. We're at 6:20. Let's rock and roll.
Did you intro already, or were you waiting for my late ass?
We are waiting for you and we're ready to rock.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 301. Steadily plugging our way towards 400 episodes.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let's start from the top. There we go.
Here we go. Let's try this again. One more time with feeling. Welcome to episode 301 of Boog Life, pitted with Action and Manny V. Steadily working our way towards 400 and beyond.
Yes. I mean, I can't believe we're at 300. This is crazy.
Yeah, we are now officially past 300 episodes of this podcast.
Love it.
Who knew that when we started this, because I mean, we've been at it a while, and with all your traveling and all of my moving around, we keep making it happen. And I just took a step forward, upgrade wise, with this new webcam. Next, setting up at a desk with actual lighting, and who knows, maybe even some background decor, bodyboarding themed.
I mean, I was talking to the crew watching right now. This is a full green screen that I put up just before, and this is like an AI generated background that Zoom provided. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm pretty stoked. I wanted to get a Paul Roach big airdrop background at Cabo, but for whatever reason I can't upload my own image, but I'll take this.
Well, first and foremost, let me say I absolutely love the shirt you're wearing.
Oh yeah. Waterbeanwarehouse.com. That's where I'm putting all the slides for t-shirts, hoodies, coffee cups. Yeah, check it out.
Oh, I was on there last night after we did our test, and let me tell you, I think I'll be restocking my bodyboarding wardrobe in 2025. I may be living inland right now, or out in the sticks, as Anthony Leone put it. But I'm still rocking bodyboard gear. I slapped a couple of stickers on my car. Got my Custom X sticker, my bodyboarding on there. My family actually made me a gold plated license plate frame that says I'd rather be bodyboarding.
Sick. I want to see a photo of that.
I will just have to throw some duct tape over the license plate number so y'all don't steal that shit.
Oh my God.
But
All right. Oh, by the way, I just put a box in the mail with this a ton of Book Life and Epic Surf Tour stickers, plus a couple old T-shirts that were just in my cupboard. That I think I got an autograph signed Sintra T-shirt in there, and a couple other T-shirts there that are coming your way.
I know I got a whole crap load of shirts and magazines sitting in your garage that I gotta start paying you to ship out to me or come out and pick up myself.
I don't know where those are at. Hopefully they're still here. If I better go look for them.
In the meantime, besides the likes of Manny's shirt, they have mugs kind of like this.
Nice.
This isn't an official Book Life mug. I actually had this made up for myself for Christmas, but it is a Manny V photo.
I think I know where that is. That's in Baja. Can you bring it closer to the camera? Oh my God. That was an epic trip.
I was feeling a little I put it this way before: the blood and the salt water in my blood has been screaming for some bodyboarding. So, as a Christmas present to myself, I had this made up on, and the other side, I put that on it to personalize it a little bit
Sick.
more. But Manny's mugs, I was looking at them. They're white background, black inside, black handle, and Manny V photos available on them. You definitely want to check them out. Make a great gift for birthdays, holidays, or just a nice little present to yourself.
Oh, totally. Do you mind if I just show people real quick?
No, go for it.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a
Let's see.
reason why I'm plugging it so hard, Manny.
All right, here it is. Waterbeanwarehouse.com. And yeah, there's a Epic Surf Tours gear, you riding gear, and Boog Life. If you go to Boog Life and go to Aaron Lloyd Collection, that's where you're going to see all the goods. I mean, um, Pat Codwell in Cabo, like this stuff is freaking awesome. It's and I personally love it with the slide. Um,
Yes.
I mean, it just adds that much more to it. There are some images without the slide frame, and uh, you know, I really just I like the frame. I like the frame. But yeah, cruise around. I put the link in the YouTube. But here's Andre Botha airdropping at Pipe in 91. So there's a lot of gold in here. So check it out. Hoodies, t-shirts, and all the goodness. Waterbeanwarehouse.com.
Now, a pleasant surprise for me on the site with all the merch you've got going on is the collection of t-shirts that you have of your photos, just images of waves with a really cool frame around them. They've got a very classic vibe to them. And I'm definitely going to be scooping up one or two of these sometime soon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting on a ton of empty wave shots, and I found a frame online, and I'm like, you know what, I kind of like that, and I
My
just
personal favorite is Padang Padang with the frame.
oh, okay, let's see where that one is real quick. Is it? Well, I got a couple of them.
I think it
Uh,
was the second one.
the second one, okay. Oh, okay. I can see why you like this one. Yep.
That's just a beautiful image. I love the frame. And I'm always happy to support bodyboarding and to support any endeavor Manny V is involved in.
And
And
just and thank you,
I can
Jackson.
guarantee you I'm going to be dropping a couple $100 on some new
Oh,
gear just from this site alone.
all right. I do have a discount code for all Bug Life patrons. So before you do anything, let me make sure you got that code in your hands. Um, and just so
Yeah,
you know,
I have a feeling you're going to be getting a large chunk out of my next paycheck. Not only this, but something else I wanted to mention to all y'all. The Puerto Rico trip is happening.
yeah, let's
Yeah.
perfect. There it is.
Manny Vargas, Jacob Romero, you definitely want to cruise. Limited spaces, only 4 spaces available. I already registered and snatched up one. So you want to cruise with me, Manny V, and J Rom in Puerto Rico, the Enchanted Island. 3 spots. Who's on them?
Well, there's only two now. Jay Fajardo took one. I have to put him in the system tonight after we're done here. But yeah,
Awesome. All right. So 2 spots left.
yeah. The cool thing
Excuse
is
me.
I found some photos. Oh,
Excuse me. Sorry. Allergies kicking my butt.
oh damn. 2011 when we went out there for the Encanto Pro, I was able to find some images that I took back, back then. So I just used those as placeholders for now. But yeah, this is going to be a pretty fun trip. So 2 spots remaining.
Yeah, I cannot wait. This is probably going to be where I finally get back out in the water on a bug after 2 years of being sidelined and no water time whatsoever, I can't tell you how stoked I am to jump on this trip.
We're gonna love to have you, man. And if this is your inauguration back in the water, then yeah, this would be the best time to do it. And you're only a few hours away.
Flying from the East Coast, especially from Charlotte Douglas International, it's a few hours, and tickets are usually fairly inexpensive to find.
Yeah, you're
So
stoked.
there's a reason why, for many, many years, East Coast bodyboarders have referred to Puerto Rico not only as the Enchanted Island, but the Hawaii of the Atlantic.
Totally. I mean, it has the same feel. The way I used to describe Puerto Rico, even though it's its own gem, you take the best things of Hawaii, you take the best things of Mexico, you put them together, and you have something similar to Puerto Rico, but with a lot more spice, and it's amazing.
I tell you what, Puerto Rico has such an incredible bodyboarding community. You know, to me, it's greatly underrated. The amount of
Yeah.
talent the island has. But, like a lot of places in the world, there's just not the financial support, the sponsor support that would allow, some of the better riders to compete internationally.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough. It's tough like that for a lot of riders around the world, but Puerto Rico has just a ton of talent that is just, ready to hit the ground running. But again, it's tough. It's just tough. Team Koki Bodyboarders is in the house from South Puerto Rico. So Team Koki, buenvenidos.
Now, if I sound like I'm gushing a bit about Puerto Rico, there's a reason. 1997 was my first ever bodyboarding trip. Flew into Aguadilla, stayed in Rincon, cruised the north section. You know, had some really really fun sessions at domes. I swear, like I would bodyboard, I'd go catch a little siesta under one of the palm trees, jump back out. Was hitching rides. Back and forth to the uh, guest house I was staying at. The food is phenomenal. I cannot say enough about Puerto Rico. I'll go on and on and on and ramble endlessly about how much I love Puerto Rico. It's one of those places, just like Hawaii for me, where every year in the back of my head, that hamster wheel gets turning. How the heck am I getting back there?
I mean, I had the same experience my first time going out there. In fact, I thought I was going to find my dream girl, who they're all beautiful, and I'm going to move to Puerto Rico within, a year or two. And
I've been joking around for years that one day I'm just going to disappear to Puerto Rico, buy a shack on the beach and spend my older years just fishing and bodyboarding.
absolutely. I did reach out to Jared Houston and Natasha, and luckily we're not crossing over on dates because he does have his Houston camps out in Puerto Rico. And I reached out to him, said, "Hey, we're going to come with J Rom. What's it going to take, and how much is it going to take for you to come hang out with us for a session?" So I'm on standby. I'd love to have him for a session or two or whatever. If anything, invite him to a dinner or two just to come hang out with the crew. So really excited to get back out there, and I'm stoked you're coming.
Yeah, dude, I can't even express how pumped I am on going on this trip.
Well,
Yeah,
let's end our Puerto Rico.
that's the dangling carrot at the end of my lacerated cornea misadventure.
Before we leave our talk on Puerto Rico, let's end on the best note, the food.
Oh, dude, is there? their food down there is just phenomenal.
It,
Honestly, as soon as we get there, one of the first things I need to dive into is some good mofongo.
yep, that's it right there. So we're gonna eat good. We're gonna get some waves. We're gonna have good vibes, and yeah, it's gonna be a pretty epic trip. Only two spots left.
Yep. So, and if you're interested in any of Manny's other trips, epicsurftours.com. He's got the Cabo trip coming up with Pat Caldwell and Ben Severson. You
And
know, and
I got a last minute add on. We just confirmed the Wizard has been wanting to come, and he will be joining us as well. So we have
Jimmy Hutaff.
Jimmy Hutaff.
No way.
Jimmy Hutaff. I can't wait to see him at the sandbar at La Bocana. We got Ben Player. I mean, Ben Severson and Pat Codwell. I mean, and there actually a spot opened up. So we do have one spot available. I'm going to throw that out to everybody in the next few days. But if you're watching now and you want to come to Cabo and hang out with some super OG riders, Pat and Ben, and the DK Wizard, Jimmy Hutaff, um, hit me up, hit me up. And just really quick, Pat and Ben, they're the pioneers of Cabo as well. So it's going to be pretty awesome to see their reaction on how overbuilt it is now, but they may have some secret hidden gems of waves that we've never experienced or never have gone to. So I'm hoping we can tap into their memory banks and hopefully have them take us to some of those secret spots.
Some of those early photos of them in Mexico, historical.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah. So, getting a cruise with them and pick their brains and trade some waves, that'll be a good time for sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about that.
All right. So, we've covered the merch,
Yeah.
the epic surf tours. What am I missing tonight, Manny?
I think we're good. I think we start from the top with our shout outs.
All right. Well, shoot. My shout out goes to Mike Jagat from You Riding. Mike, I'm sorry. Your San Diego State basketball team is playing the North Carolina Tar Heels tonight.
Oh.
Go Tar Heels.
Oh. When is that happening?
I think the game is already underway. So
Okay.
I would check on my phone, but I don't want to be rude. I want to keep my attention on the podcast. But trust me, as soon as we wrap things up, I'll be
Okay.
watching the Tar Heels take it to San Diego State.
Oh. I wonder if he's at the game. It all goes down in Vegas, right?
Um, I forget where they're playing the game tonight. They've had the games all over the place. The ACC tournament was here in Charlotte. I know some of the
Okay.
first round games are in Raleigh. They had been having some games up at Madison Square Garden. So you'd have to double check on that. I'm not as on the ball with the details with college basketball like I usually am with bodyboarding, but
Okay.
that caught my attention. UNC versus SD State.
Ooh. All
Go
right.
Heels.
Oh my God. Go Aztecs. All right. Well, my shout out goes to, I think, I don't know if I've already done one for him or not. Probably not, but we're interviewing him later. I think I may have done it in a whole general thing of just OG old school writers in my generation. But Richard Cooper, um, who won the Masters division in the Pipeline event recently, man, I went back to his Instagram just because we are going to be interviewing him in a couple hours or in an hour and a half. And what he said was pretty awesome. And I'm going to bring that up today. On one of his posts, it just says, I think he was, I feel good. I am so proud to be able to go out at Pipe at 47 and win an event. at 47, and at at one of the scariest and heaviest waves on the planet. So that really resonated with me, just because a lot of the old school bodybuilders, um, they be able to handle pipe? Who knows? Would they go out and compete at pipe? I mean, they weren't there, but he was there and he freaking won, and it was pretty awesome to see an old school OG, my generation bodybuilder go out there and win. And we're going to be interviewing him, yeah, at 8 o'clock Los Angeles time, so an hour and 20 minutes from now. So shout out to Richard Cooper.
And just a side note on that. Obviously, we're all getting older, but our generation of bodyboarders, you know, late 40s, in our 50s now, heck, I'm a couple weeks away from turning 50 myself. And, a lot of us, take the path that life lays out before us, job, wife, kids, house, car payments, all that stuff. But it's important to, at least in my mind, it's really important to maintain activities that keep us fit, keep us engaged. And, just because we get older, it doesn't mean we have to give up the bug. Keep pushing yourself. Pay it forward, pass it on to your kids. You don't have to force it on them, but just share your love for the ocean and for bodyboarding, and chances are they're going to pick up on that and realize it's genuine love and passion for, getting out in the ocean, riding waves on a bug. And, who knows? Your kids might get to a point where they're like, hey, mom, hey, dad, let's go bodyboarding. I want to go to the beach and go bodyboarding. Well, you go with me. There's no reason why it can't be a family thing. I'm seeing, you know, we're seeing generation being passed on for, with Neymar Carvalho and Luna Hardman. You know, Ayaka Suzuki and Matt Crilly have a baby girl, and they're already getting that kid out in the water. That kid's gonna have the water bug before she's walking.
Totally. Totally.
And I love seeing that. But at the same time, it kind of hurts me to see guys that, you know, are almost mourning the loss of bodyboarding in their life. There's no need to let it get to that point. I love seeing posts where people are like, I haven't been out in the water 4 or 5 years, or whatever it may be, looking to get back out in the water. Does anybody want to join me? You know, that's a beautiful thing to me. And I know I'm going on a complete side tangent, but seeing a 47-year-old win the Masters at Pipeline, seeing OG guys, still at it after all these years, you know, it keeps the fire burning. I mean, one of my greatest passions in life for the past 37 years has been bodyboarding. It's what drives me to get back out in the water, even after 2 years of being sidelined with injuries and health issues. And, it's something I look forward to. It's something we should all look forward to, appreciate and cherish and take advantage of whenever we get the opportunity. Don't let those opportunities pass you by.
Yeah, amen to that. We are alive and we're able, so yeah, take full advantage of that. Bladham says he's going to be 45 years old in June, and yeah, so he's right up there with us.
Yeah, now that I think of it, I'm only like 2.5, 3 weeks away from my birthday.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So we're
50. And you know what? I'm not dreading turning 50. Just turning the page to the next chapter and can't wait to start writing it all down, making it happen.
what day does it fall on?
It's a Friday.
All right, maybe we do our book life on that day.
Friday, April 4th, I will be turning 50.
Maybe we celebrate here on Book Life.
And you know what? Fucking game on.
All right, let's keep rolling. We got Ayaka Suzuki interview coming up in about 15 minutes.
All right, cool. Well, I really don't have any bodyboarding news this week. Yeah, kind of sleeping on that. I've been busy working and running around doing the family thing, like we were just kind of touching on. But yeah, whatever you got, brother.
I just pretty much I chatted a little bit in the beginning, and we talked about the Cabo trip, the Puerto Rico trip, and talking with Ryan Watkins over at Surf Abu Dhabi. I'm just waiting to hear back from him to get some numbers from him, and then plug them in. And we're gonna have a trip to Dubai in late October, so that is going to be going down.
Now, is
Uh,
that the Fast and the Furious movie with the cars jumping from building to building?
no,
Is it going to be like 100% pure swag on that Dubai trip?
no, Ryan Watkins is actually the general manager of the best wave pool machine in the world. So I'm really excited about that. That's going to be pretty awesome. JG just logged in here on YouTube, but yeah, and that's it. Pretty much what we touched base on. And as far as bodyboarding news, I just love scrolling around and just seeing a bunch of stuff that all fellow bodyboarders are throwing down on the gram and Facebook.
All
So
right.
yeah,
Well, normally at this point, we would kick into the video of the week. But seeing as how I was scrambling to get home from work, eat dinner, deal with computer updates, and hooking up my new webcam, I have absolutely nada, but I can make a recommendation. As
yes,
always, a couple of my favorite spots to hit up on YouTube: We Bodyboarding, Breaking Even TV.
yeah,
Never any shortage of good videos on those channels. Always worth checking out the latest vids.
totally. I agree with you 100%.
And pretty much gave the weekly motivation in my rambling side tangent about just, get out in the water. Don't waste the opportunities, and pay it forward. Share it with whoever is willing to join you out in the water.
Amen to that. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for chiming in. Bladham, who was here on Zoom with us, JG, Team Koki Bodyboarders in Puerto Rico, Ryan, and everybody who's going to be watching this. Yeah, here's another one in the books.
All right. Well, I'm going to bounce out and go watch North Carolina beat up on San Diego State. And we'll see you next time around for episode 302. I'll try not to be 20 minutes late next time. All right.